What to react to Andrew Tate. Yo, are we ready to watch this video? Let's get into this reaction. A psychologist reacts to Andrew Tate.
I'm a psychotherapist, so I'm going to try to like probe into your emotional life. I'm going to ask you a little bit about your past and see what's going on.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Well, maybe why don't we just start there? Just tell me a little bit about like your history, like growing up. What was it like for you growing up?
Yeah, very good question. But it's a very general question, isn't it? It's very broad.
It is a broad question. Well, what comes up for you? I mean, specifically for me, it would be your relationship to your parents.
Yeah, I had amazing parents. Yeah, I had an amazing father, an amazing mother. I think they both did their particular job very, very well. It was a clearly gendered household. From a very young age, I was moved up a bunch of grades because I was clearly a genius from the start.
Joe, we got to analyze him. Let's psychoanalyze him. Every time in the comment section, I see a bunch of professional therapists and licensed doctors who know all these like fancy words about trauma and PTSD. So where you at right now? Let's go speculate. If it's a psychologist reacting to Andrew Tate, let's see if you know better.
Played a lot of chess, moved to England, started fighting, kicked a bunch of ass, and here I am. That's basically it, really.
And they were like warm, loving, supportive parents?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. They were very strict. But I think that's the number one thing that's missing in the world today is discipline. It's when I'm sitting on Twitter, I have what I like to think of. I have the very flashy teenage boy's dream of a life. I have all the girls. I've got 9 supercars. I'm living in this big mansion. I'm in Romania. What is he doing in Romania? He's rolling around with all the police are giving him police escorts to drive his Lambo and all this crazy stuff. So I have what every guy dreams of having when he's like 18. And a lot of these guys.
Is that true, chat? Is that you all agreed this is what we wanted at 18, 13, whatever the fuck? Does everyone want to live that Dan Bilzerian life, Andrew Tate fucking... Everyone wants that, right? Iron Man.
They come to me for advice, and they absolutely lack discipline as individuals, and I think that's because they weren't disciplined as a child. Mm-hmm. That's my view. I've always been disciplined with myself because I've always lived a disciplined life. I lived in a disciplined household. Like there was no such thing as I don't want to. So even now, if I wake up and I don't want to do something, I don't need someone to tell me to do it because I'll do it anyway. I mean, who wants to run a marathon? Nobody. Who wants to do that? You just do it, don't you? Because, you know, it's the thing you're going to have to do, and you have to blood, sweat, tears, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah.
Personally, I believe everything he says, for the most part. Not that... I'm not sure he's bullshitting about anything. So far.
I was growing up in a very disciplined household, and I think it's absolutely the best thing that ever happened to me. And yeah, that's it. I had a very, very good childhood. When I look at some of the stuff on Twitter about parenting and stuff, like in my household, I fucked up. I got hit, for example. And I think that's a fantastic. I can't wait to kick my kid's ass when he gets fresh. I can't wait because that's the real world. The real world's going to hit you hard if you make mistakes, and you need to learn that there's boundaries you shouldn't cross, and you need to learn to, you know, cause and effect. I loved my upbringing from start to finish.
Yeah, and it seems like it served you well.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've done okay. You know, I mean, I have basically everything I ever wanted. So, I mean, I can't complain. You know, it's done me pretty good.
Bro, it hurts to hear shit like that, but don't you want to be like that? Bro, I want to get like that. I want to be able to say that shit too.
What motivates you?
I think that every man is born, especially men, because I can't talk for women because I'm not a female. So I can't talk for women. But I think every man is born with the motivation to, in one form or another, conquer the world. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why it doesn't matter if you do it in a corporate sense. It doesn't matter if you do it in a physical sense. I've done it in every sense. It doesn't matter. I mean, this is the same drive. The reason the Romans melted rocks, made swords, walked in random directions and killed anyone they could find. I mean, they didn't have Google Maps. They didn't email those guys to find out they're bad guys. They didn't give a fuck. They're like, well, let me just go over here and take this from them. Because there's something warrior, there's an instinct inside of men that makes you want to conquer.
$2 from Daniel said he's a narcissist. Yeah. But, you know, aren't we all kind of turning narcissistic? Just anyone talking to a camera, anyone on social media. It's just a little bit, I think everyone has it. It's just the only people that get accused of it are the successful people.
This is the reason why more CEOs are men. They go, it's the gender pay gap. No, a man will sacrifice his life for his work in a way that most females won't. because they see it as a form of conquest. It's the reason I enjoy to fight. It's the reason that some men like having so many women. It's the world, it's conquering. And I think that happiness for a man in one form or another is derived
from getting shit, from providing, from doing shit. Was you about to say conquering? Not all of us are Genghis Khan though, bro.
Conquest. I think that's what it is.
Conquest?
And that's what motivates me. No matter, there's always something new to conquer, you know?
Okay,
so
it
gets me up every day. And especially in the fields I take most interest in, there's no upper limit. There's never too much money. You can never be too strong. You can never be too fit. And there's always some new girl. So there's always something to do. You know, this is how it is.
Is there a soft side to you?
Is there a soft side to you?
Absolutely.
Tell me about your soft side.
Well, you have to clarify soft side in which way.
Well, like,
How do you ever cuddle with men?
You're a human, and I guess that's what I'm curious about, because you present, and it's authentic. I can feel it, as powerful, strong, ambitious.
But you got to be a little gay, right?
Successful, and it's real. And I see what you're doing in the world. You're trying to teach other men to do the same, and it feels to me authentic. Like it comes from a real place. So that's what I get off you, and it's very, very compelling. You haven't any shit attitude. I'm going to say whatever the hell I want. And in the culture right now, that's a very attractive thing. But tell me about the other side of you. Is there a sensitive side? Is there an emotional side?
I think that the whole side you just described is driven by a soft side. Like, why would I give a shit about, being strong or having to fight?
Why the fuck did you ask that stupid question?
The reason I care about being strong is so I can not only protect myself, but protect people I care about. The reason I want to be rich is not only so I can buy myself stuff, so I can provide for my family. Yeah. Like every single position of strength comes with a derivative of softness underneath it. There's some emotion involved in it. If I was really a person who had no soft side whatsoever and I didn't give a fuck, I don't think I'd be the way I am. I think I'd be complete opposite. I think there are people like that who are so inherently.
Tate, you agree with that? How soft can you be? Do you think this guy actually has a soft side, W or L?
Selfish, but those people are not successful people. Those are people who sit on the couch all day, watch TV, smoke weed, and do nothing, or go and rob grandmas. Like, I don't consider myself an emotionally hard person. I get called a sociopath all the time and a psychopath all the time. I get called that, but I don't think people understand that there is a version of the world where you can feel things and really not give a fuck how you feel. Like if I feel sad, it does not change how I act, and it does not change the things I do.
See, this is what I don't understand, chat. Like, now that people are starting to call me crazy all the time, like on a regular basis, like all the time. Why don't we call like the person who doesn't leave their hometown, who is in the same 5-mile radius that they've been their whole life, only doing the same thing, working the same job? Why does nobody call that crazy? Isn't the definition of insanity doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting things to change? Well, those people, like, they are the ones who call me crazy, call guys like Tate crazy, but no one ever looks at them. It's like, why are these people the barometer of what's crazy and what's not? This guy has way more money than all of us. Doesn't he have something figured out that we don't?
If I don't feel like going to the gym, I go to the gym. If I don't feel like working, I will still work. I lived in a world for 15 years where I didn't feel like fighting because my nose was broken, but I had to fight anyway. Mm-hmm. So a lot of these people come up to me and they say, oh, but I feel this way. I don't put a huge amount of importance on emotions. It's not that I don't feel them. It's that I don't think they have much to do with anything at all.
Richard, thanks for the 500 DOP. I don't know what currency that is, but he said in an interview part of why he moved to Romania was because the police there doesn't care about R-word allegations, that MF is a menace. Allegations, schmalabations. Thank you, Samantha, for the 5. I hope you and Brittany Simon find time to stream together soon. I think you are both super cool people, Heart. Yeah, thanks. We'll stream soon.
If I wake up in a happy mood and I have a business to run and females to cater for and things to do, if I wake up in a sad mood, I have the same shit to do. I'm going to get it done. So where's the importance of it? It's in my mind, that's how I view it. Like, how does that affect what I'm going to do? Well, nothing. It doesn't. It's not going to affect how I live my life. So why sit around and think about it? This modern obsession with happiness is the #1 problem with the world. because I really don't believe humans were ever evolved to be happy. Were we? Where? Tell me. You're the expert, bro. Where did it come? Where did it come in our timeline that we were supposed to be happy all the time?
No,
Where's that coming?
I agree with you.
People don't
think
even like being uncomfortable anymore.
happiness is the goal. I think fulfillment is, and I think following your purpose and all the way through is what's going to give you fulfillment. I think that's the highest thing in life. I don't put too much stock in happiness. Contentment, maybe.
You can look around and be like, look, I have a good life. And you're right. You can be very satisfied with what you have. But to believe that as an adult, as a full-grown man, you're going to feel constant happiness like you're a 3-year-old child.
You're not, bro.
And all these people who are constantly complaining about how they feel probably don't have a spectrum of emotions much different to mine. The difference is I don't sit around and cry about it. Because I don't live that kind of life. I don't have that kind of conditioning in my mind. I don't give a shit how I feel. I have things to do.
But it's also the way you were raised. And maybe if you were raised in a different way, you might be different. And you might have a different relationship to your emotions.
That's just what men should do.
Is that
right? You agree with that, Chad? I just feel like that's just natural male behavior. Like that's in the core what you want to be doing.
If I was raised as a pussy, I'm sure I would be a pussy.
WL.
But I never was. And that's what most of these men are. I'm being honest. When people come to me, I feel this way. You're a pussy. Oh, but I feel. Who gives a fuck how you feel? I'm about to break into your house, strangle your wife to death. Who gives a fuck how you feel? Like, your emotion has nothing to do with the harsh reality of this world. You're either successful or you're not. Life is binary. You either win or you lose. You survive or you don't. These people are so obsessed with themselves and how they feel. This is my whole problem with the depression thing. On my old account, long time ago, when I was verified, before I got banned, I set the world nuts when I said depression wasn't real. And the world went crazy.
I agree.
A-list celebrity, you can still Google right now, depression isn't real, and all the tweets come up. And my point was completely misunderstood. And my point was very simple. Feeling depressed
is a privilege. It's a privilege. People, like, there's no point in even saying that. It's implying that you shouldn't be sad. It's implying that you're sad for no reason. Is real. That is a real thing. And I truly believe that the reason you feel depressed is so that you are inspired into action. You're unhappy with your surroundings and you're inspired. This is the reason why you don't want to go to jail. Both of us don't want to go to jail because we'll both be depressed because we don't like our situation. It's a natural human instinct to make you work hard and try harder to build a life. So when people come to me and go, oh, I can't, I'm fat and I don't know what to do because I'm depressed. I say, no, you're depressed because you're fat. You got the other way around. So that's the first thing. Feeling depressed is real. But this idea you can fix it.
That you can walk through life and everything's fine and you can catch depression from the sky like a disease and it strikes your brain and there's nothing you can do about it. And no matter how hard you try, you are depressed no matter what. This is garbage.
There's too many
This is complete garbage that's been propagated by the weak-minded. And the proof of this is that in countries with a harder life, where people are too busy struggling to survive, there's less depression. It's only in these countries that have nothing else to fucking worry about.
Countries, bro.
If it was true,
you got no other problems. You just need to create problems. You need something.
The way they teach it, it'd be universal across the human condition. It isn't. So basically, your life's so good, the only thing you have to do is sit around and worry about why you're not happy enough. It's bullshit. The whole field, the whole industry, the whole way we view depression, the way we view happiness, the way we view sadness is all garbage from head to toe. I think it's all bullshit. We can throw the whole thing out the window. And I start again when people come to me and say about happiness, and I say, who the fuck said you should be happy in the first place? Who even said you should be? I don't care if you're sad.
Yeah, you don't deserve.
I never told you should be happy. How many push-ups can you do? Not enough. Get to fucking work. So this is my whole view on the whole field.
Is there anything that you struggle with?
Is there anything your feelings cuddle with men? Did you feel
really?
sad or
doubt?
Did you cry
doubt,
today?
Fear?
Fear. I'm a realist.
Feelings.
So like before I would fight,
did you? Because I'm a psychologist.
I would hate the idea of losing because I have an ego.
I'm an intellectual, so I'm in touch with my sensitive feelings, and I drink wine on double dates with my wife and the neighbors.
But it's also my ego that puts me in there in the first place.
Shut up.
Because you're not going to risk your life for a few $1,000s if you haven't got a fucking ego. That's why fighters have egos.
Yeah.
Because we all believe we're Superman. But then the idea of losing, this is why fighters end up depressed and suicidal and doing drugs and stuff.
What? Carlos donated £5. He said he's wrong about this. If you are sub 5, you have no other option but to be depressed. If you're short and ugly, you will have less opportunity. Bro, stop fucking crying about being short, bro. Just, do you want to be, so what do you want to do? Do you want to live life and be sad? Just fucking stop letting this determine your happiness in life.
It's a shot. It's hard to tolerate when your whole personality is based on being hard to kill, and that gets shattered. It's like losing a loved one. It hurts. So yeah, I feel fear, I feel nerves, all those things, but I'll do things anyway. Do I struggle with anything in general in life? No, because I'm an intelligent person who's motivated. And if you're going to try hard at something, and I mean genuinely try, 99% of people will get adept at X thing. It doesn't matter what it is. If I decided I wanted to be good at piano and I gave it everything I got, I'd be able to play piano.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like there's people with one hand who can play piano. It's just how much effort you're going to put in. I don't struggle at anything because if I decide I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And I've never struggled with motivation. So if you don't struggle with motivation, then you're never going to struggle with anything in life. I mean, I'm naturally adept at some things, and there's some things I'm not.
So you think motivation is kind of a decision? Sir, you can get inspired, but that first step is just like, that first step is you. So you're all in that now.
Naturally adept at. But if you're prepared to work, you're prepared to work. So no, I don't struggle with anything. Life is not a struggle to me. I do not view life as difficult in any way. I think life is extremely easy.
What about fear?
Fear of what?
Do you have fear?
I don't like heights. I'm scared of heights. Does that count?
That counts.
But yeah, but I will still do things involving heights.
Yeah.
Lil Donkey donated to say Carlos is a beta male. Yeah, Carlos, I think you just got to stop whining. And yes, you guys agree?
Yeah.
You know, like I'm scared, but I'll still do it. Like I'll measure the risk. Like, will I walk on the edge of a cliff? No. But if I'm on a bridge and there's a barrier and I know I'm probably not going to fall, even if I feel vertigo and I'm scared, I'll still do it.
Yeah.
But in terms of, I mean, I feel like these questions, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the kind of questions that like
Are your feelings feel?
psychiatrists throw at people and they come
I'm
at
a psychiatrist with long hair and glasses, and I'm
scared
gonna.
of failing. I don't know what garbage people say. I'm scared of what? I don't know what. I'm scared of a tiger. If he breaks in my house, I'll be a bit afraid, like maybe, but I'll have to fight back. Why not? I have to try and fuck him up. I don't know what it is. Scared of what?
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. What do you make of it when you've gone to psychoanalysis before? You said people called you a sociopath, a psychopath.
Yeah. So my problem with the whole field, so I don't believe in any of this stuff.
Yeah.
And the reason I don't believe in it is very simple: is that it's not an exact science. So two plus
Chat,
two
you
is
believe in
always-
therapy? Chat, y'all believe in therapy? For regular people? Maybe, okay, yeah, everyone believes in therapy. That was a stupid ass question. But I think, do you guys think too many regular people are in therapy? I think a lot of people can probably just deal with that on their own. And they kind of want to talk and feel like the main character and narrate their life to somebody who's going to listen.
4.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, in very extreme versions of math, it's not, but it's
Yeah.
a simple version of saying 2 plus 2 is 4. Whereas with this kind of stuff, you can have a man who doesn't drink because his dad's an alcoholic, and you can have a man who's an alcoholic because his dad was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
You can have people who turned out like me because their father was strict.
A lot of people are, too many people are in therapy, right? Too many people are in therapy, right, Chad? Right?
And you can have people who completely go off the rails because their father was strict.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've gone through these kind of things before, and I said this, and their answer was, that's true, but there's general rules within people. There's patterns we can identify.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they said. I don't know if that's the correct answer. Maybe you have a different answer. Is that the truth?
I think all children in some way adapt to their childhood. They make themselves into something to please their parents.
Okay, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I'd actually agree with that. That's true.
Yeah. So in the process of making yourself something to please your parents, maybe there's a part of you that you denied, right? That you cut off from that, and it happened at such an early age, you're not even aware of it.
Okay, but what if the part of me I denied was a part of me I didn't need? What if the part of me I denied was lazy? What if the part of me I denied was the pussy? What if he's been gone from a long time and I've just been formed deliberately into this brilliance? Then is there anything negative about that?
Not necessarily, but there is a part of you. Maybe there's good things in there that were denied that would be useful to you.
Like what?
I don't know. I don't know. All I know for me, I'll tell you what happened for me. When I went all the way into my emotions, the work that I do is very psychologically intense.
And when I went into my emotions and my feelings, and I feared the feelings, that I combed my long hair, and that I plucked the white hairs out of my beard, and watched Good Will Hunting, and recited Robin Williams' scene, "It's not your fault, it's not your fault."
It's not talk therapy. It's very physical. So you hit things, you punch, you kick. And if you have rage and you go all the way into the rage, right, which I did, it revealed to me all of these pent-up emotions that I had, rage towards my mother, disappointment around my father.
My feelings.
And I realized for me, these unconscious emotions were running my life. It's what was motivating me. And once I released them, I came into contact with a kind of a deeper self, a truer self.
Thank you for the 5. Daniel said, he quoted,
"My therapist told me that I'm
all right, bro. I feel like having good friends and a few hobbies or passions is enough." Yeah. Yes, I agree. And also, I feel like therapy, a lot of it's just to validate that you know the answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you could figure out the answer. But it's necessary, but just too many. I'm not saying it's like OD, but it's just, not everybody. You're fine, bro. Like, you'll be okay. You'll be all right.
Free. That's just for me. So, but that's the information that I got from my personal experience.
Don't you miss your anger?
But I don't give up my anger. It's always there. It's always available to me, right?
Because anger is a fantastic motivator.
It is a fantastic motivator. And so much of what I got out of my life was motivated by trying to make my mother happy or trying to win the love of my father. And I got a lot from it. But then I realized, why am I doing this? You know, am I doing this for me, or am I doing this to make them happy?
Yeah.
And that was a big question, you know? And so I because of the people that I work with, I see this over and over and over again. And it's an experiential thing. So it's not that people are even thinking it. This stuff just comes out of you spontaneously.
If I had a son, I would expect him to dedicate his life to make me happy, because I brought him on earth. So how could he not want to do anything other than, how could he think, I don't care what my dad thinks? He should only think, I need to be up to my father's standard. How could he exist any other way?
Well, that's a philosophy. And another philosophy could be, I'm going to support him to do whatever he wants.
But what if he does?
Chet, do you ever like play a sport or something? Like, my dad was around. I don't know, Chet, if your dad, but I used to play so many sports and do so much shit just to like, because I thought it would make my dad proud. And it was good. It was a good motivator, but you think back to like so many of the decisions you've made and so many things you did for years were out of the desires of like your father, not you. You're trying to, it was not out of like your personal passion. It was just to impress.
To make those choices. Well, that's his choice.
Is it?
Yeah.
This is my point. Is it my child's choice to do dumb shit?
You could guide him in the right direction, certainly.
Is it? It was a really important point. So is it his choice to do dumb shit? I don't think it is. I brought him on the planet. He carries my last name. I'm the one who keeps him alive. The only reason he has somewhere to sleep and food to eat is because I provide it for him. So if I tell him he's not allowed to be a pussy and he needs to do his push-ups, he has to do it. On what planet am I going to negotiate with some child who thinks they know more than me? Absolutely not. How am I gonna...
Has this framed your thinking? I think this has framed my thinking in deciding what I think is morally right or wrong. Since I was like 8 or 9, I think all the decisions have been shaped around this idea, like, how would I raise my son? Seeing like parents with leashes in the store with kids on their leashes, or just kids wilding out, or kids that I could tell have never been told no. I clocked out of my head like, okay, I don't want my kid to be like that. And I think that shaped my worldview. Does anyone else think like that?
I have some 14-year-old kid.
I'm genuinely curious. I'm genuinely curious.
Say, well, I want to do something else. You don't know anything about the world. You're 14. You're going to do as you're fucking told.
Are you curious about any of the places inside you that you may not know about? Any of the...
I don't believe they exist. I think I know myself. I really do. You have to understand that I've tested myself on a limit, physically especially, where most people have never been. Most people have never been where I've been. Most people haven't done what I've done. I know if I'm a coward or not. I know if I'm afraid. I know myself. I've been hurt. I've been stabbed. I've had my face broken. I broke my hand. And
you don't feel that shit? I think that's a good way to. I think that's a good forward-thinking worldview. I mean, it works for me without religion. I just realized today, like, for my subreddit, that like 1/4 of the streaming audience is Muslim, and I'm like, how the fuck did I? How is that possible?
6 places and fought another 8 rounds. I left there and had emergency surgery with 12 breaks in my hand.
That's
I know
cool,
what
though.
I can do. I know everything about myself. There's nothing more spiritual than violence. This is the most spiritual thing on the planet, violence. Violence is a universal of the human condition. It's the constant. It's always been there, it'll always be there. I get people ask me this all the time. I want to look for more spiritual meaning. I say, okay, go down to a fighter's gym, get your ass kicked, and then try and do something about it. There's all the spirituality you need. You got to stay breathing when someone's trying to kill you. That's spirituality. I understand myself completely. I don't feel like there's any part of me that has been hidden or suppressed. I just because I am, like you said, I'm very clearly a certain way. I'm very clearly dominant. I don't think there's a part of me that's hidden or suppressed. And maybe, not maybe, in fact, I will say certainly, I've been conditioned to be this way. But I think I've been raised for exceptionalism. Since as young as I can remember, I've been raised to be exceptional. I'll give you an example. So I tell stories about my dad, and people often say he was way too harsh. I thank the Lord above I had the father I had. So when I got moved up 3 grades in school, they moved me up because in the SATs it was like 400 questions and I got 2 wrong. And my dad gave me $20 and then he took $5 back.
Chat, be a good dad. Be a good dad. Please. I think that was the biggest advantage I had, was having my dad around as a forward-thinking guide.
The 2 I got wrong, 5 each, so I had $10 total. And his lesson was, you still got 2 wrong. He was a perfectionist. Now, why was he a perfectionist? Well, it's because he was a chess grandmaster, and in chess it's perfection or you lose. Why did I become a 4-time kickboxing world champion? Well, because it's perfection or you lose. There is no, it's okay to be there's no sloppiness in fighting. 1 shot, it's over. Same thing with chess. There's no sloppy. One little.
Mantra said L Muslims, not W Muslims, bro. Muslims are a lot of the time some of the coolest people. They have their, in my experience, Muslims have their heads screwed on properly compared to a lot of the other groups of people I meet.
You lose control of 1 square, the game's over. I've lived in a perfectionist realm since the dawn of time. So my whole entire life has been a perfectionist life. This is how I view my life, and I don't think any other way to accept the world is okay. I don't think it's okay to be okay with losing or okay with less than the best. I don't think any of that's acceptable. I can't stand losing.
But for you, it's not acceptable for you.
Because I've been raised this way, but this is the
Right.
exact point. My son will be exactly the same. He has no choice because he's a Tate. And Tates go on into eternity to rule the earth. How can he be anything else?
Well, yeah, and you're an exceptional guy. You're an athlete. You're hyper intelligent. Attractive to women. So you've got it all. But the vast majority of men, I mean, are ordinary. And
Yeah,
at a
they
certain
are
point,
ordinary,
they have to come to terms with their ordinariness.
Absolutely. No, that's true. But this is a very interesting point because I personally could never come to terms with being ordinary.
Why not?
Couldn't tolerate it.
Why?
That was the scariest shit ever when I was like 8 years old, was just being average. I think all those Jim Carrey movies scared me. All those like bleak movies from the 90s. You remember all those 90s movies like The Matrix, Office Space, all those Jim Carrey movies where it's just like or American Beauty, and it's just like a suburb in America, and it's just like, hey honey, I'm home. Briefcase on the, lasagna, boom, boom, beats his wife. Honey, and then she kills him. Like, it's, like the roses are in the front. I just really didn't want. That was my biggest fear. I'm like, bro, I cannot be fucking average, bro.
So, but because it would be the worst. It's like the worst possible sentencing.
So that's your fear.
I don't know if it's a fear.
To me, that's crazy. Y'all call me crazy all the time. ADHD, you're bipolar, take your meds. There's something, he's losing it, bro. Maybe look in the mirror.
A life I would not want to live. Because I was ordinary financially. Like, I wasn't born rich. I was born into a very poor family. As smart as my father was, chess doesn't pay. He also loved gambling, women, and booze. So you add all that up, we were very, very poor. Me, my mother, and my brother, when we moved to England, we grew up in a homeless hostel. So I grew up at the very end of the socioeconomic ladder. I had a worse start than 99% of people. But I lived my life when I was poor, furious at the fact I was poor. Because my ego, and I'll be honest, my ego is at a point where I didn't understand how other people can afford Ferraris and I can't. I would be 18, walk into college, and a Ferrari would drive past, and it would ruin my week. And everyone would be like, what's wrong with you? And I'd be like, don't you see, this fat fuck can buy a Ferrari and I can't. Why? He's not a better man. He's not a better person than me. I'm just as good as him, if not better. I couldn't stand the fact that there's people who could do things I couldn't. So this gave me unlimited motivation to get rich. Now I found a way to get rich, and I believe that anyone who really, really, truly wants to get rich will get rich one way or another. But that's because it bothered me for the first 10 years. You know, my 20s, I was broke most of them. I was broke most of my 20s. So I couldn't stand being ordinary. And my question is this: you're saying ordinary people need to come in terms of their ordinariness. I don't think they do. I think they need to become extraordinary.
Yeah.
I think they need to try harder. This is the greatest thing.
But the people at the top want you.
And worst thing about
People at the top want you to stay ordinary so that they can keep the riches. Bro, fuck that. I want that shit, bro. Fuck that. I'm not going to be ordinary.
being a man is that all of your value is built. If you're a woman, you're born beautiful, game's over. You're born pretty, that's it, it's done. That you have your value. Now you have 6 or 7 years, you're valuable. You could be a moron, you're still on a billionaire's boat because you're hot. Done. As a man, doesn't matter if you're born good looking.
You have to
if
make
you're
shit.
stupid,
You got to be somebody. You got to do some shit, bro. You can't just be pretty. You got to earn your respect.
and weak and broke, you're still gonna struggle.
This shit has motivated me, bro. This is like the type of shit that I used to watch when I was like 13 or 14. Like, yeah, and then just start slamming, push-ups. Yeah, I'm gonna yes. Randomly motivated out of nowhere at 2 a.m.
It doesn't matter if you're born rich. Like I said, if you're still stupid, weak, socially inept. As a man, you need to have it all. You need to have wisdom. You need to be funny. You need to be tall. Well, tall is one thing you can't fix. Strong, good looking helps. They like the idea of you being able to fight. You need interesting stories. You need money. You need freedom to be able to say to a girl, fuck it, we're going to Moscow, pack now. You need all these things. And a lot of that is self-built, not all of it. But a lot of it is. So when I speak to ordinary people, I say, well, how are you trying to stop yourself from being ordinary? And a lot of them aren't. Well, you know, then what the fuck are you going to live an ordinary life if you have ordinary results? I couldn't tolerate that. You could give me, I already had a very bad financial start. I had a huge advantage genetically. But even if I had a huge genetic disadvantage, there's no way I would have been a normal person. One way or another, no way. Because I know life's too short for that shit. I want people to, I couldn't live that way. And I don't know why people are trying to come to terms with that. I don't think you should. I think you should be constantly pushing to be extraordinary, no matter who you are.
Is there anything that you want that you don't have?
I'm very happy with where I am in my life. I'm very happy with what I've achieved. I know how hard I worked to get here. I know how difficult it was. And do I have a talent for some of the things I've done? Yes. But talent is only identified in the top 3%. Like, people say this, I had this all the time. Oh, but Tate, you're lucky you can fight. I'm like, what do you mean lucky? We didn't find out I could fight or not until I'd already trained for 10 years. Because until the hard work's done, that's where you see the talent. At the beginning, everyone has to work hard. Because if I do no work and someone who's not talented works hard, they're going to beat me. So we have to both work our asses off till we're at the very, very top tier. And the only way I can get ahead of him is talent. So talent doesn't appear to the end anyway. Most people haven't worked hard enough at anything to even identify that talent.
Man, people are lazy nowadays, bro. People are lazy. Come on, bro. Bro, let's get to work, bro. I streamed every day for almost 3 weeks, son. Come on, man.
There's loads of people who could be extremely talented at shit, but they're too lazy to even do the basics. So most people don't even know their own talents, you know? So I'm super happy with what I've achieved. I'm super happy with what I am. Do I want more? Well, I'm always going to want more, of course. But is there anything particularly I want that I don't have? No. I pretty much have everything I want.
Don't you want to be able to say that shit? Don't you want to be able to say, like, I got everything I ever wanted? Damn, you can hate on him all you want, but I can't say that shit yet. And if you're hating on him, you definitely can't say that shit either.
Myself. This is what I mean, because I wouldn't accept being ordinary. This is my point. This is my exact point. My life was ordinary, bro. My life was ordinary. My mom and dad split up. I'm in a homeless house. I'm in a shit school. Me, my brother, and my mom and my sister were living in some homeless hostel. I didn't know how to fight. I had no money. I'm a normal skinny kid. And then I became kickboxing world champion, multimillionaire. That was all me. And it's all because I sat there and goes, nah, fuck this. So
Hate all you want, bro. That's some. I want to be able to say that. Imagine just saying that, dropping that shit, bro. Like, how are you still gonna hate on me, man?
I think everyone else could do the same. You know, there's who's saying the guy watching this right now would not be a better fighter than me if they didn't go fight? Maybe. Probably not. Let's be honest. But maybe. But they don't try. They don't go.
Yo, I'm on his dick right now, bro. I need to hop off that shit, bro. But nah, bro, this shit is just like, yes, sir. Come on, chat. Do 5 with me, chat. Chat, do 5 with me, chat. Chat. Chat, do 5. Do 5. Then you can do 5 push-ups real quick. Ooh. You can't think I do 5. Can you even see me? You can't even see. Oh shit, yeah. All right, 5 more. Watch me clap on this. Okay, wait. Okay, break, and then I'm gonna clap with you. Actually, not. I don't have a clap in me right now. Chat, did you do 5? Chat, did you do 5? Half reps? Get the fuck off my dick, bro. That was not half reps. L form? Oh, fuck you, bro. Oh. Okay.
They're pussies. They're too afraid. They're too afraid to even go and fucking get punched, so they'll never know. And that's the life they want to live because they'd rather be ordinary. I couldn't live ordinary.
Yeah!
Where do you go for support?
Support in what way?
I don't know. Like, just you're having a hard day, you're confused about something, or you need some reflection. I mean, maybe you don't have that with your career, but with women, you struggle with women at all? I mean, I know you have lots of women, but
No.
I know you have lots of women. Huh? God, disgusting.
Don't want you to think I'm being any kind of bravado at all because I'm being completely honest with you.
Yeah.
I used to go to my dad until he died. He died like 5 years ago. So since the day he died, I have not sought support from anybody ever once. The day he died, I became, from the #1 student, I became the greatest man on earth. And at the top of the mountain, there's no one to look up to, and that's fine. I mean, I have tons of people who come to me. Everyone you can name comes to me. I have like my brother and some people I'll talk to. I may be venting a little bit, but I'm certainly not looking for advice on what to do. I always make the call on what to do. I always already know what to do. I don't go to anyone for support. I don't turn to people for support. I don't turn to my woman for support. I think one of the main reasons I have such a fantastic relationship with females is because I never ask them for that shit. I really believe the reason I have the adoration of females is because they're with a man who they never have to babysit. They never have to motivate. They never have to convince to put the video games down. They never have to sit and say to him, oh, it's going to be okay. Like, I'm a rock. My life's great and it's on track with or without you. And I'm fine all the time. And when I have huge problems, because they do come up, I don't even mention it to my women.
Why is this even psychologist reacts to Andrew Tate? Isn't this is just like pretty standard stuff? Chat, can't you just like, this is just standard? Didn't you expect him to say all this? I don't know why it's so fascinating to everybody.
Because what can a woman do?
Fascinating enough for a psychologist to react to it and get a viral video out of it. Like, he doesn't seem crazy at all to me.
I mean, what I'm mentioning it to her to feel better. I mean, she can't fix my shit. So I wouldn't even, if let's say I lost $3 million in a day, which has happened before, I didn't even tell my girl. What's the fucking point?
Are we lagging? How bad is it lagging? Hold up. We're gonna fix this chat. You still talking about my push-ups, bro? You must be lagging hard, bro. How bad is it lagging? Should I stop? Chill. Don't be annoying and leave just because it's lagging for like 3 seconds, bro. Like, relax. Oh shit, my whole computer's lagging. Fuck, bro. This shit lagging OD? No, yeah, that was crazy, bro. Something happened to my computer just now. We good now? All right, bet.
What am I looking for? Sympathy? Sympathy ain't gonna buy me money. Ain't gonna put the money in the bank. So what the fuck? So
Comfort?
I don't say again.
Comfort?
Do I need that shit?
I don't know.
I need my $3 back. That's what I need. Like, I'm a solutions-based man. You tell me who I can talk to about getting my money back, and I'll talk. I didn't talk to my chick about it. She was, yeah, Bitcoin. Oh, I'll make you a coffee, dear. The fuck ain't gonna fucking help me. So I don't turn to people for support or comfort. I don't. And I know that makes me extremely rare as an individual. And it's not something I'm not trying to brag or put on like a brave face and be a tough guy or something. It's just not how I'm conditioned. I believe that all of my problems are going to be fixed by me. That no one else is going to wake up and give a fuck about my problems the way I'm going to give a fuck. Nobody else is going to be prepared to go through what it takes to fix them but me. If I'm in the ring getting an ass kicking, not my coach, not my corner, not my fans, no one's going to get me out of there alive but me. It is me. So I turn to myself. If I have a problem, I'll sit in silence on my own. I'll turn to Andrew fucking Tate, and he'll get it done. Because I don't. That's really how I am. I mean, I cannot.
Why is he explaining this stuff as if it's crazy? The chat, this just seems regular. I don't understand why he has to say this to a therapist. It just seems like, is this a podcast or is this therapy?
The last time, Tristan, when's the last time I've asked you for advice? Like sat there and go, what do I do?
Well, what should we do about this next crypto? What should we do? We've discussed our own moves.
Can you hear him?
What should we do?
Yeah, so he's saying, we'll sit there and say, what should we do about this? What should we do about that? But that's more like bullshit, like travel plans or business or something. Yeah. But me personally saying, I don't know what to do, it's never even entered my mind. I always know what to do.
What's your relationship like to love with women?
Yo, you know who kind of got that energy chat was fucking Young Don, the Sauce God. When he was here, bro, he just walks around. It's just like, bro, why? He's like, I don't even get anxiety. Word for word said that. I'm like, bro, you know what I'm saying? You know, you get like anxious when you smoke weed. Sometimes like, I don't get anxiety. He's always walking like completely still. He walks around like an anime character. It just like fuck up once or something, like trip. He's not even capable of falling over like that. Those stoic men, I know everything. Yeah. All right. Maybe that's the ideal way to be, I guess, but it's just like, yeah. Whatever.
I'm full of love. I love women. Now I'm absolutely and utterly sexist. I'll be honest. I'm a realist and reality is sexist. So a lot of people have this impression that I hate women and that's completely incorrect. I love women. I just believe that there are certain things women are better at and certain things men are better at. And I don't trust women the way I trust a man with certain things. It doesn't mean I don't love women. You know, like, people say, oh, my woman's my best friend. That will never happen.
Thanks for the 10-sec ASAP.
My woman's my
sec
partner,
is.
and I love her.
Yo, say your weird currencies when you bring it in,
she can never be my best friend. My best friend's going to be a man, of course. If shit really hits the fan, just like I said earlier.
Chat, you believe those fucking husbands like, but I'm so glad that I fell in love with my best friend and I got married to my wifey who's also my best friend. Do you even believe that?
If I do have to turn to someone for help, like I'm saying, I'll never ask for advice, but maybe I need help with something. Then I'll go to my brother. Why? Because my brother's a 6'4", 250-pound, big, strong man. What am I gonna do with my little hot girl? What's she gonna do? Like, I don't see women as capable. I'm not being, hey, shoot me. I don't see women as capable. It does not mean I hate them. I just don't see them as emotionally capable. I'm so emotionally, I don't want to use the word hard, but I'm so emotionally controlled that I don't view most men as capable, let alone women, because my number one strength in my life is my emotional control. I can be on the Titanic and it can be sinking, And I'm still going to be sitting there thinking, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Like, I kind of agree with that to an extent. But I just, you know what it is? I agree with that almost word for word, but I won't say I agree with that because I'm afraid to hurt someone's feelings. So I'm like, well, some women could be construction workers. I've seen a female garbage can thrower, but they don't, you know, like, there's some women in the military, but yeah, like, you know, generally.
All right, shut up. What's the plan? Stop screaming. Okay, the water's cold. Let's work out. Let's do something. Like, I'm a very rational person. And most men are not as rational as I, let alone females. Women just lose it to emotionality. So I don't turn to women because all they do is fucking scream and it's useless. Pointless.
But they must meet your needs in some way.
Yeah, I mean, they've got big titties.
But sexual needs beyond, right? There's emotional needs.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Women have a healing energy.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're sick, you want a woman around.
They care. Men don't care when you're sick. A man's not going to make you some chicken noodle soup.
This is what I mean. If I'm sick and I'm in bed, I'm calling my girl. Bring me this, bring me that. I'm sick, blah, blah, blah. Women have a time and a place and an energy, and they're very, very valuable to a man's life. In fact, I say this all the time. If you have a bad relationship with women, it's the easiest way to ruin your life as a man. You can be Jeff Bezos, dude's the richest man in the world, lost half his net worth to some bimbo because he has a bad relationship with women. So if you struggle to have sex and you struggle to get a partner,
yeah, why do these like huge, extremely rich tech nerds always lose their wives? You know, like, yeah, they have all the money, they're the richest men ever, but they're nerds. And Bill Gates lost his wife. Elon Musk had several wives leave him. Fucking, who's the one he just said? The other one. They all leave because you have to have a degree of pimping. Just
you struggle to have someone who genuinely loves
just a little bit of like, yeah, she ain't shit. You need a little bit of bitches ain't shit, or else she's gonna have self-esteem and leave. Why do you think whatever that Harvey girl or whatever that didn't want to get married to Michael B. Jordan? Michael B. Jordan is like, if you say, you know, dick riding aside, high level man. Like, who else? How does it get higher than Michael B. Jordan? Think of you're a 25-year-old girl in the dating market. Who's like a better man to get married with than like Michael B. Jordan? And then she didn't want to get married to him because girls have so much self-esteem now from social media. She's still looking for options. She belongs to the streets.
you and your girl's constantly cheating on you and all these things. You're not going to enjoy your life as a man, because life as a man is about conquest, and females are part of the conquest. That's what it was all about, bro. Go in there, kill the men, take the girls. That's what it's about. So yeah, you need a good relationship with women, of course. So my relationship with women is that I adore women, and I adore women the same way I'll adore my children or my dog. I love them, but I don't trust them with my fucking life. That's my shit. You know, you could adore your kids and really, you know, love them and care for them and want the best for them, but you're not going to trust them in a combat situation. You're going to call somebody else. That is exactly the same with females. I see myself as superior to females, and not in a negative way. I love them and I adore them and I want them around me, but in no way are they my equal. And they know that when they're with me, and they like me for that. This is the crazy thing about it. People will say, "Oh, you're sexist. You're never gonna get a girl that way." I'm like, as soon as a woman she finds a man she can look up to and go, "Okay, you know what? This motherfucker's taught. He's smart. He's strong. His life's in order. He's never fucking up. Everything's on track. He's never messed up. He's never had that big rehab moment. He's not an alcoholic. He's never done drugs. His life is completely in order. And he's a multimillionaire and everything."
Thanks, 5'2" balding Indian janitor. 5'2" balding Indian janitor. He said, to be fair, those technos were running through side pieces. Their wives just decided to cash out at some point. It doesn't even matter. Like, the side pieces thing does not even matter that much to a woman. If you prove to her that you're gonna be like that she's number one, then she won't leave. They just got the self-esteem to leave. Like, why they think that there's something better than their husbands out there.
Everything's on track for him, and he knows more than me about everything. I'm just gonna shut up. They like that. They like saying, "Okay, he's the man." So it's not even a problem for me in that respect, and it's not an act I put on. A lot of these guys in the, I don't know, male space,
Yeah,
are pretenders. So they pretend to be something. I am the man and she is the girl, but they're all full of shit. I proved my point a million times over. You can YouTube me and you see me whoop ass. I've proved it. So my relationship with women is I absolutely adore women, but I do not see them as my equal because I don't think they're capable like a man is. This is my personal view.
You've taken a lot of risks to get where you are now. Are there risks you need to take in the future? Like what are the risks you need to take?
Before we answer that question, let me ask
Yeah.
you one question.
Yeah, please.
Because you're the expert on these things.
I'm not an expert. But go ahead.
There's a brand new airplane. It's an experimental airplane, and no one's ever flown it before. And you're going to fly into the eye of a hurricane.
Uh-huh.
Extremely risky, 50-50 chance of survival.
Uh-huh.
Do you want a male pilot or a female pilot?
I want a male pilot.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, does that make you a sexist?
I don't think you're a sexist. Look, I might parse a few of the things that you said for nuance, but overall, there's an attitude and an energy that I think is correct. I think we've gone way too far the other way. I think feminism is turned into a bunch of bull.
Yes.
Okay, you're on the stream now. Davis is in the chat. What's up, AMP Davis?
What's going on, MP Sneako?
I'm not an AMP. What? Put your pause right now. Hey, yo.
What's up, man? Yo, when can I get on stream, bro?
You're on stream right now. What do you want to talk about?
No, but when can I get like my own stream with you?
Right now.
No, not now. I'm talking about when I set up my camera.
Never.
You know.
Bullshit. I think men have baited themselves out, and I think that's why women are angry and unhappy. Primarily because men are not showing. I totally agree with you. Yeah, no, that's absolutely my point of view. And so I appreciate that you're saying that kind of thing out so strongly. I think men need to hear it, and I agree with you. When I
It's lagging. Hold on, let me see. L stream in the chat. Just L person, L life, L everything. It's not even lagging that bad. It's not even lagging that bad. You bugging, bro.
bring my woman that kind of energy, she's turned on. They
Well,
like
absolutely.
it. Yeah.
Because it's instinctual and it's biological and it's evolutionary.
Yeah.
That's what they want. And
Yeah.
and you know, so you got to be the man. You know, it's as simple as that. And when I asked you that airplane question, because most of the time I ask, people come and say, well, why does it matter? I say, you know why it matters. Because you know if it goes wrong, the man's going to be calmer fucking with that joystick than the woman would. This is the harsh reality. And I don't want to die. So I want a male pilot. That's how it is. That's just sorry. And I've had people come at me and go crazy at me for that question. You're sexist. You're maybe the woman's better. Blah blah.
Feel bad for Davis, bro. I'm
in my view of things. If I choose, I think if everyone's honest with themselves, they choose a man if they're honest. So,
do you enjoy being provocative?
I think there's two answers to this question. One, I have the ability to be provocative. Most people don't. I'm anti-fragile. I'm in Romania. I'm a millionaire. What are you gonna do? You know, like, it's different if you're working a corporate job in America. You know, you can get hit with emails and lose your job, or some bullshit, or some HR human resources case, sexism.
Thanks for the time, Mika. You said I'm stoned and I got a motherfucking steak in the stream. Let's go. This dude is hyped as fuck, bro. I want it. Oh, I want some steak.
I don't know, some garbage that goes on over there. I'm pretty much as anti-fragile as you can get. You can come at me all day long. It's nothing but entertainment for me. So the fact that I am privileged, I feel like I need to exploit. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I genuinely mean everything I say. It's not a matter of me sitting there going, how do I annoy everybody?
That's what I said at the beginning. Take. I said that word for word. I said I genuinely thought he means everything he says, that he's not bullshitting. Well, I mean, he could just be bullshitting.
It's just how I view the world. I mean it. It's not like, how do I piss people off? I genuinely mean it. I really do mean it. And if it upsets some people, then don't listen to me. I don't force you to listen to me. I don't force you to follow me. But I'm going to say what I think because it's what I think. Why would I not say what I think? And I do my best to resist all forms of social programming, even down to the very most basic levels. You know, I don't believe in any of that social programming bullshit.
The social programming bullshit. The shit that makes you bots. Bots. Stop believing stuff that you see. Stop falling into all these fucking little categories that they lay out for you. Stop trying to classify your personality with a bunch of bullshit, bro. You look goofy, bro. It's just to keep you down.
Because I know who I am and I know how I want to live, and my happiness is derived from the fact that I'll do whatever I want. If I want to sleep in bed with 3 women at night every night, I'm going to do it. I don't give a fuck what you think. And if you think that's wrong, I can't. If I can and I want to, I will.
No, but that's wrong. You shouldn't want to do that. Why would you need 3 women when there's one who's good enough? One is enough.
You know, so because and the anti-fragility is a big part of that. The fact that also there's nothing nobody can do about it, so it makes it easier.
Yeah, so I agree. That's how you come off to me. You can be provocative, but it's real. You're saying what you actually think. And that said, you are provocative. What's your intention? Like what in being provocative? Because you have a platform. You put yourself out there. You're on Twitter.
But I feel bad when you say
there must be
things.
a reason that you're doing it. There must be an intention behind it, other than just, we live in a time where it's like it's good to have a personal brand.
Taekwondo, L Beer, Meditate Jeffrey. This is fucking Doritos. Doritos. This is not no beer, bro. You go meditate. Go fucking walk in the woods and look at the stars and go put on your Instagram story you walking in a river. Yeah, because God, everyone, look how outdoorsy I'm being. Look at me being outdoorsy. Yeah, go on a hike.
And that's gonna help you out in the long term. But beyond that,
thanks for the time.
That's a really good question because there's almost 2 sides to this. So I've been banned from Twitter 9 times. Each time I'm banned, part of me is relieved. Because it's noise, isn't it? It's noise. It's garbage. It's noise. It's bullshit.
Wow.
You need to go stop drinking beer. You Jeffrey.
This ain't no fucking beer, bro. Relax, bro. Go on a hike.
What you doing, bro?
We're watching Andrew Tate right now. We chilling. We'll say what's up to the chat.
Yo, chat, baby. Dude, man, had to call my mans, man. Had to make sure you were straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm doing good, bro. This streaming shit is fun, but I think I need to take a break. I've been going hard for almost 3 weeks. I'm gonna take some days off.
I told you it's bad when YouTubers become streamers, bro.
Why?
Because you might like that shit too much. You stop making YouTube content.
Nah, I got main channel videos on the way. I got somebody else editing it for once.
Okay. See a little goatee coming in.
No. I need to, bro. See, I've just been inside streaming all day. That's what I'm saying. I'm all scruffy and shit.
I'm gonna holler at you, bro.
All right, bro.
idiots. It's like there's a whole bunch of
Chad, did you see how I made a friendly joke? I made a little stupid joke about him going on a hike, and then he didn't make an exposed video on me. He didn't say anything disrespectful about my family or my girl. He just like laughed it off and called me. Not every joke you need to take. Hey, did you disrespect me? No, bro, just laugh it off.
noise that you remove from your life when you remove a lot of these things. And part of me is contented with that. But I think it's just the battle element of it all. I'm arguing online and I'm saying what I think online for the same reason every other human is. There's an element of battle to it. There's an element of, no, this is how it should be. And I don't take it too seriously. I don't let anyone annoy me or bother me in the real world. But like, why do I do it? I think to a degree we're all on social media for the wrong reasons. I don't think there's any right reason. Like if we were all truly, completely contented, happy individuals, why would any of us have a Twitter account in the first place? To tell people we don't know what we think about shit that, you know, to attract hate, to get insults. Like why are we all on there? There's no healthy if anyone with a brain would just delete it and say this is bullshit, bye. You know, like, so it's either for money or for attention or because you feel like you enjoy the fray. I mean, I didn't start a Twitter account until I retired from fighting. Maybe that'll tell you something. But yeah, there's an element to it which I certainly enjoy. And it's good to make people think and view things in a different way. Yeah. And I also really enjoy the fact that,
bro, me and this dude agree on a lot of shit, bro. And we are both on Fresh and Fit, bro. Like, I think that the next time I go to Miami, do Fresh and Fit, like, that'd be a good podcast.
Hard to argue with because I have so much I have so much evidence. I can produce metrics. It's difficult to argue with me about things. I say X. Oh yeah, well, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, I'm part black, so I'm not racist. I'm successful, so obviously I'm not stupid. Like I can pull so many things out the bag. It's very difficult for them to argue with the guy who has his life sewed together, if that makes sense.
So lucky that you got that you'd be able to say that. I'm part black, so I'm not racist. You get to really beat the allegation pretty quickly with that. It's a nice little like boom. Sorry. Your freedom of speech really opens up with that card. It's like, don't say I fucking hate nature, bro. You just like, oh, look at me, I'm on a hike. Look at me, I'm recording a river because I'm so zen and peaceful and I'm meditating and I'm grounded. Shut up.
If I say a sexist comment and then I say, oh yeah, okay, here's my 3 women. We're all chilling watching a movie. Like, what can they come back with? Yeah, but they don't love you. Like, they come back with some garbage. So I have a lot of proof I can pull out the bag to piss people off, which is also kind of fun.
I get the sense you're also trying to inspire people.
Yeah, because, and I don't know if I do it from a I don't know if I'm a philanthropist. I don't know if I wake up and I'm a philanthropist, but I certainly do believe that happiness as a man, I can only talk for myself, but my happiness is derived from having this massive ego, which I've proved. I didn't just, I'm not, look, there's a lot of people with egos who are jackasses because they ain't done shit. But when people, Mike Tyson in his prime, everyone goes, who has an ego? Duh.
Everyone like ultra successful like that, it all starts from a belief. It all starts from some overly confident dickhead that everyone's like, you ain't shit, you ain't shit. Yeah, I'm the shit, I'm the shit. And everyone's like, bro, what? Shut up. And then they actually do it and they're like, oh, well, congrats. Every time. But it all starts from that first overconfident belief. Thank you, Michael, for the 10. Seco, real G, keep grinding. Yo, thank you, Michael.
It's Mike fucking Tyson in his prime. How are you not going to have an ego? You're from the projects. You just fucked everyone up and you got billions of dollars. Like, I like that. And I think that most men, if they want to feel happier, they need to give themselves a reason to brag about shit.
Yes.
And they're going to
you got to earn your respect.
So maybe it's just...
I don't know why this is like crazy information now, but it really, a lot of people need to hear that. You need to earn your respect.
You know, venting. I love to go online and brag. I certainly do. I love to buy a new car and go and say, look, 3rd Lambo. Ha. I'm so rich. Ha, ha, ha. You know, it makes me, part of me enjoys that. And if that inspires people, then good. I absolutely should inspire people. Just like when the guy in the Ferrari drove past me and on my way to college, he inspired me. He pissed me off.
From New Zealand.
But he inspired me at the same time. So, you know, if my bragging inspires people, I absolutely and utterly encourage that. You know, it certainly should inspire people. I'd love to.
Yo, this fucking thing right here has been scaring the shit out of me this whole time. Is this like, I keep looking at it from my Streamlabs thing and I keep thinking that there's just someone behind me. I don't like this sculpture. I don't know why you have this.
I don't know if I'm directly philanthropic in that way. However, if someone comes to me and asks for advice, I'll always tell them what to do. I'll always say, look, this is what you should do.
That TV setup in the back, crazy though.
But a lot of them don't listen because it requires work and people are work averse and as humans. So
I get the feeling just intuitively that you care about people.
That you have feelings. I feel intuitively that you care because of it.
You know what psychologists are? Psychologists are just fucking empaths with a Zoom call. It's just
I heard that you care and feeling like.
What are you saying that needed a college degree? I'm playing, bro. My mom's a fucking therapist, bro. I'm just talking shit
about people. Like you care. You want.
You
do want to inspire people for your own, not just for your own ego, not just from your own ego.
Because you're an empath.
Because there's something inside you that you want to. There's something you want to give.
Yeah, I mean,
there's something you know. There's something you learn from your experiences growing up the way you did, and all the experiences you had as a fighter and what you went through, and especially in a culture that's gone completely the other way. You know, counter to discipline and masculinity. You've completely claimed that space. And so there's something for you to teach other men.
No, you're right. But you're completely right. So my point is this. When I teach others, I relive it myself. And it makes me happy. So am I teaching selflessly? This is the question. It's even like if I give to charity. If I give to charity, am I doing it because I'm a good person or am I doing it because it makes me feel good? It's a philosophical question. Like, even if I've done this before, when I was in Austin, Texas, I was in InfoWars. I was in Austin, Texas, and I couldn't believe how many homeless there were. And I got a $100 bill out and I gave it to a homeless guy, and he started to go, "Oh, thank you." And I thought, like, I didn't film it like most dickheads would. I didn't film it. I'm not looking for likes, none of that stuff. But and then I went and had a Starbucks. I'm sitting there thinking, I genuinely thought, did I give him $100 for him, or did I do it because it doesn't really matter to me because I got so much money and it makes me feel happy? Like, is it selfless to give to charity? I don't know. I don't think anything's selfless. Everything is done for yourself. So as much as I'm helping others and inspiring others, and as positive as they feel from that, being brutally honest, am I doing it for them or for me? I'm probably still doing it for me, but it's just good all around. So that's what I mean when I say I'm not philanthropic. I'm not a philanthropist. It's not that I'm not helping others. It's not that I don't want to help others, but I love to relive. Like right now, my cousin lives with me and I'm teaching him how to fight. The more I teach him, the more I relive the shit I went through. So it makes me happy. But do you know what I mean? Maybe it's all done from an extremely selfish place. I don't know, but I'm still doing it. And if it's a net benefit for everybody, then good.
Net benefit.
But I still believe that people do everything.
If it's
Everyone's selfish at the end of it all.
So,
But what do you
beyond
feel about the feeling?
the money and the women and the cars?
But
and the
what about your
success?
emotions?
What is your mission?
I think every man has the same mission. I think humans are biologically designed to reproduce, and my mission is to create offspring which replicate me to the best they can, if not be improvements upon myself. And I think that's really the point of life. I think I couldn't understand. Do you have children? Sorry, you mind me asking.
No.
Do you want kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think that's the ultimate end goal of adulthood. Some people don't want children. I don't understand. They're the people who I'd be interested to talk
How
to.
many babies you want?
Because if you don't have kids, what do you do?
How many kids you want? I was just talking about this to young Don. Yeah, I'll fucking talk about it. He wants 5 babies, bro. God damn. 5? I want 4. 4 is good. 5? 5's what before? Yeah, 4. 1 and then twins and then just an older one. But I want 4. How many do you want? Do you even want kids? Everyone nowadays is like, I don't even want a baby. I'm never gonna get pregnant. I don't want to be a baby. I don't want a baby. I'm at 6. Golly. 33, 6. Everyone's just fucking chat as shit, bro. 5, 4, 3, 3, 4, 0. Gabriel, 0. Why 0? I see too many zeros in here. Someone said 10. Yeah, bro. Let's make some babies in this bitch, bro. More life. Come on, man. Let's make some babies in this hoe.
What do you
Babies
do?
is
I mean,
good,
how
right?
many steaks?
Actually, no, not everybody. Only the smart people. No more dumb babies. Only be cool. Only cool babies. And no more ugly babies. No more ugly babies. have cool, smart babies, bro. No more dummies, please.
How many holidays can you go on? I don't know. But I think that's the end goal of it all, isn't it? And a lot of what I've done has, one way or another, I mean, I fought for me, certainly. But besides the fighting, 99% of the things men do is for women anyway. It's for pussy anyway. Like if women didn't exist, I wouldn't need this big ass house.
I would have
Fuck all this
not
big ass
ever
nice house for and
fucking
all these-
started YouTube videos if it wasn't because of women. That's why. That's why you start. That's why you get off. You make that first step. You get off the porch or whatever. Thank you for the 10-sec ASAP. It's because you're trying to impress a bitch. You want to be able to have something to talk about.
Fancy cars and nice clothes and all this shit is really to signal your sexual attractiveness one way or another. It's not, people will say, oh, it's because you're insecure. No, it's not. It's because if you've got the money and you can afford it, you can afford it. But if pussy
You're
disappeared from
just
the planet today, I'd live in a
insecure.
sleeping bag in a tent.
Oh, so just everything you do is just for some pussy? You're just so insecure. Men are so fucking fat.
Sorry.
You wouldn't care, would you? You'd be like, whatever. Because men don't care about stuff like that. We don't care. Like, whatever. Me and my brother, we're going to the woods. We'll live in the woods. Don't come near us. We'll shoot. We'll live in the woods. So a lot of it is to that. And then the goal is you meet women and then you find the one you want and then you have a family. And I think that's the end goal of it all. And then you get to relive all your experiences, creating a replica of yourself inside of your children. Just like I was talking about earlier, about how you get to relive it all. So I think that, yeah, there's definitely certainly something within the human condition that makes us want to teach others and show others, because it makes us feel happy inside. It makes me happy when I teach others what I know. So that's why I do it.
So what I hear is that part of the legacy you want to leave is to your children.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to die knowing that
Why is he asking him these questions like he's not also a man? Don't you have the same desires? This is not like this doesn't need analysis. This is very simple stuff, bro.
exploits of Andrew Tate will continue on into eternity. I don't want it to end with me. Think of all the fun I've had, all the amazing things I've done. There has to be another version of me somewhere doing something. My father said it before he died. He goes, I don't need to clone myself. I have 3 kids. Like, the better versions of me walk the planet. I can die today. And this is natural human biology. The idea that, I mean, this is a very Western New Age frame of mind, that I don't want kids. I don't understand that at all. I think the children are important. I think it's the end goal of everything. That's what I believe. I mean, sure, I have a nice life and nice cars and all that shit. I'm not saying I don't want those things. But I think if you were to ask me what my ultimate goal was, in an ideal world, I'd have 10 sons named Andrew Tate. What the fuck would, of course I would.
All right, relax though. That's too narcissistic. Chat, WL and naming your kid after yourself. Do you want to, don't you want your kid to be able to have his own fucking identity? When you name it after you, it's literally living in your shadow for the rest of its life. Do you really want to put that fucking already? I think it's better for them to have a little bit of their own independence. Just me. WL, fuck, bro. YouTube chat, Susan, can you fix this YouTube chat? Because this shit takes forever, and I'm trying to talk to these people quicker. It's like, bro, this delay is retarded. L, thank you. By the time it comes in, I already forgot what the question was. Oh, fuck. What was the fucking question? See what I'm saying, Susan? Susan, I can't handle the 20-second delay. Is not, it's Jesus Christ. What was the question? Oh, name your kid after yourself. Yeah. Fuck that shit. A lot of L's in the chat. I think a lot of you put that L because of how I explained it, though. All right, don't say I have ADHD, bro. I know that's look like I have ADHD, but Jesus, it's just, I don't know. Susan, fix that.
The ultimate goal: 10 sons. Andrew Tate, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 world champions. That's the whole point of it all, isn't it?
Is there a legacy that you want to leave beyond that, besides your family?
I just don't know if it matters. If I were to say to you right now, okay, when you die, you become the most famous man in the world. Or when you're alive, I'll give you $1 million. Which one would you choose?
I guess I'd take $1 million.
Of course, because you're dead. So who gives a fuck?
That's how I feel.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, I'm dead. And also, what other people think of me, I don't really give a fuck. I don't care. If I'm happy with how I've lived, with what I've done, if I'm happy, then fuck them. So I think, look, a lot of the things that really bring happiness to, especially men, like I said, if you're a woman watching this, I don't know why you're watching it, but hey, if you're a woman watching this, I can't talk for you. But for a man, a lot of the things that are going to bring you happiness are the things that are ancient, that would always bring you happiness. The subservient women and sons that carry your name and a house that's yours and a few cows and that's yours. I think that's what's truly biologically driven into us. I think that's normal. And I think that's where true happiness is always going to lie. And yeah, I don't think that any of the fancy shit that exists in the modern world can replace that. I don't think there's anything wrong with just saying, look, I want me and my children, my sons, and they're going to be like me. And I want to replicate myself. That's normal, isn't it? You want to replicate yourself. I want versions of me. That's what I want.
What are there any like sides to you or parts to you that people don't see or they don't understand or they don't get that you want them to see?
Yeah, I mean, like, so I think a lot of people, especially young men, they get a weird, they look at me and they don't see the depth of my character. So they get this idea that it's like all money and pimping hoes and never love a girl and never love a bitch and drive cars. And I'm really not actually, I don't believe that's a true personality anyone has. If you're a full-time tough guy, you're a part-time liar. That's the fact. So I don't think that's real. I think a lot of guys they don't understand that I can have women who I'm completely head over heels in love with and I adore with all my heart. But if they piss me off, I'll still tell them to fuck off and get out of my house. To them, that's an oxymoron. They don't understand how I can do that. But I'm like, look, it's not that I don't love women. It's I don't take shit from anybody. Doesn't mean I don't love them. It means I won't tolerate shit. So there's some certain things people can't seem to make the connect for. So they go, oh, but you don't love girls. I say, no, I've had women I loved with all my heart and I still kicked them out in the fucking snow. And they never came back. And I never texted them. And that was it. Doesn't mean I didn't love them. It means I'm stubborn and I refuse to submit certain principles. Doesn't mean I didn't love them.
I don't know, bro, this is so self-explanatory. Chat, Isn't it just normal stuff for a lot of y'all? Am I the only one who just relates to this? Don't say boring stream, you're boring. Fuck you. He's gonna say some like not fucking predictable shit next. No, well, not predictable, but it's just like he doesn't have to explain this stuff. The psychologist is not asking good questions. He's asking these questions because he doesn't even understand how Andrew Tate could like desire money and wealth like to that level. He's like,
Well, why don't you just want to like slow down and pet a dog? Why don't you want to pick up a flower and smell it? Don't you want to write a poem to your wife?
and he's just like, no, I just want to live my life. And so far, the whole fucking video has just been him explaining stuff that like, bro, this is what I would want to. I thought this is just what we wanted to do when we were teenagers. This is the life.
I still love them, but they're gone. So, you know, there's certain things that people can't correlate.
Do you get things wrong in relationships? Do you ever have to apologize, make amends to women for things you've done or said?
No, because I will never apologize because I don't make mistakes. Everything I do is conscious. So even if I do something you don't like.
How do you know that? How do you know that everything you do is conscious?
Because I know exactly what I'm doing.
How do you know that?
How do you know?
Okay, give me an example. Okay, so when I say that,
how can you know that? How can any of us know that we're perfectly conscious?
there's no way I've done anything in a relationship and was like, oops, shouldn't have done that, ever. I fucked her. Yes, I fucked her. Yes, I did it. Yes, I knew I was going to do it. Yes, that was my intention. Yes, I did it. I'm sorry it's hurt your feelings, but I did it because I wanted to do it. So I'm not going to pretend I didn't want to do it. And I really do think that in relationships, especially with women, because I get this all the time from men, because I have a whole bunch of guys who cannot believe, like me and my long-term girlfriends, and they see me posting all these other girls. They're like, surely your girl's sleeping with other men too. I'm like, no. Oh, but she sees you cheat. I'm like, so. But because there's a whole level of cowardice to lying about things. I think that's what annoys women the most. So I'll give an example. If I have a girlfriend and I go out on a night out and I fuck someone, and then she catches me or finds a text message, and I'm like, oh,
Sorry, baby.
I don't know who she is. Oh, no, it wasn't me. It was my friend. I lie. And then she catches me again, and she knows I definitely did it.
Now she has power and control over you.
Now I've just come across the pussy. But if she goes, what's this? Got drunk, fucked some girl.
But you fuck somebody else?
Yeah.
But do you love her more?
Shut up.
Okay.
Don't remember her name. I'm really sorry about it. If you want to leave, leave. But obviously I love you. She doesn't matter, so it's up to you. Boom. Like there's a whole degree of, I really believe part of them respects you for that. The part of them are like, at least he didn't lie. Like they respect how honest and brutal you are about it. So I don't apologize for anything, even if I do shit they don't like.
If she catch me cheating, no, never tell her sorry.
Because I did it on purpose.
Sorry, shut up.
So why am I'm not sorry. So I'm not going to lie. So I know I did it.
You're obviously a guy who's always trying to improve himself. What are you working on now?
I kind of feel like physically I'm declining and it's really annoying me.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
Yeah.
There's no way at 33 you're as strong as you were at 25. Can't do it. And when you exist like I did at the absolute peak of physical performance, you will feel it even more. Because if you're living a normal life at 33, 25, you may not feel it so much. But when you at 25 were a monster, and at 33 you're 70% a monster.
How's that feel? Like there's a little chink in the armor of the
Chink in the armor.
perfect warrior, right? The age, like age is undefeated. Like you can't
Absolutely.
beat that. And so how's that feel?
I'd do anything to go back, but I can't. So all I can do is sit and thank my previous self that I spent those years doing exactly what I should have been doing instead of fucking them up. I'm so glad I used them for war, like when I was war capable. I'm still war capable now. I can still fight now. But back then I was the man. Now I'm the man, but back then I was the man. So it's like, I'm very happy I didn't make mistakes. So I'm very pleased with my past.
Thanks for the 20 sec ASAP. I don't know what the fuck SEK currency is. Please tell me what the fuck please. Do get on a podcast with Tate. Okay.
Self. And I have absolute faith in my future self. I guess this is another reason I don't really get stressed so much, or I don't go to people for advice. It's because I'll think of all the times shit went wrong in my past. And trust me, shit's gone wrong. And how I eventually pulled off a fucking miracle. And I have so much faith in myself. I have faith in the future Andrew to fix any problem. In a week from now, I might lose every penny. and end up on the street in the cold, in the snow. But I have faith that future Andrew, within a week, is gonna have a girlfriend, living in her house for free, getting home cooked meals. I know that motherfucker, and he's smart. So it's like, I have faith in all the past tense, the future, the present. Part of me is funny. If I could go back to my 25-year-old self and said at 33, we're gonna have $2 million of supercars and live in Romania in a mansion, I'd be like, what? How? Even I would be like, what the fuck? How? So like, I'm excited for what future Andrew's gonna do. I might go to the moon. Who the fuck knows? I'm excited. So part of me misses the past. Part of me is excited for the future. Yeah, that's what life is, isn't it? You just have to roll with the punches. There's a natural life arc you have to embrace. If you try and resist embracing that life arc, I think unhappiness comes. You don't want to be like one of them old ladies dressing up as a young lady, going out, fucking random dudes, pretending she's 19 when she's 4. They're the most miserable people of all. So you got to kind of embrace it and realize, you know what?
John Moses, why are you at a party watching my stream go home?
There's that 1% out there I shouldn't get in the ring with anymore. I'm going to smoke this cigar, I'm going to drink this vodka, and I'm going to drive my Lamborghini, and it is what it is. Go with it. That's how it goes.
Do you suspect that you might mellow with age?
So this is a good question, because I've had a lot of people say to me a lot of things. You'll see, Tate, it'll be different when you're older, or it'll change when you have kids, or blah, blah, blah. And I completely, utterly do not believe that, because I already see myself as mellow. I'm already mellow. I just have very, very strong principles and a very, very structured view of the world that I'm never going to abandon, because I've lived 33 years with the same view of the world. I always have viewed the world the same way. I'm not going to abandon my life structure at random. It's not going to happen. So I'm already mellow. Like, I don't consider myself an extreme person. I consider myself very mellow.
Doesn't he look like a Bond villain? Doesn't he look like the guy that like James Bond would kill, who's like, he's in a car, and this guy's the guy who's riding on a motorbike alongside James Bond's car, and then he rips off the helmet, and then they go boom, boom, boom. He just looks like default like Turkish goon in a spy movie.
I'm definitely more mellow than I was when I was 22, 23. Then I was completely crazy. But my life view was always the same. I believe that physicality is important. I believe a man should be as strong as he possibly can. I believe that might makes right. I believe that a man should be in charge. I believe your woman should obey you. There's certain things I just believe in my head that are structures that are never going to change. So I've heard this from lots of people, especially like women, when I split up with women. They say, one day you're going to meet a girl and she's going to break your heart. She's going to be they have this idea that this one girl is going to come along and I'm going to turn into a pussy. And they don't understand.
He looks like a henchman, right? Like he looks like the bad guy who dies early on. Not late at the movie, like just early on in the movie, like on a boat where somebody like jumped on to steal the cargo and he's just like the guy guarding, hey, boom, and then dies like brutally.
That with 99% of men, that may be true because they're fakers. But with me, that is never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
You've never had your heart broken?
Of course I have.
But you've never had feelings before?
Like I said,
What's that mean?
It means I've lost women who I didn't want to lose, but I let them go. I didn't beg for them back. I didn't cry about it. I just let them leave. I did it like I handled it like a man. I say this to guys all the time. So a lot of guys come to me for dating advice. So I don't know if you know this, but
henchman number 5 is crazy.
You know this?
Yes.
So yeah. So I had, for anyone watching who doesn't know what that is.
That's his name in the credits, henchman number 5. Like that's the guy where they put that default. What's that sound effect from like? When they fall over, like he gets shot and falls over the boat. Hey, don't go there. Splash.
I had
henchman number 5.
A lot. But probably on average about 15 to 20 women working for me, and they'd sit on the internet, talk to guys online, and take money over the internet, and then I'd give them a small percent and I'd keep the rest. So I ran a webcam studio. So I understand male, female, intersexual dynamics very, very well from the pimp perspective. That's what people call.
You gotta trust pimps. Pimps understand women more than anyone else. That's why I did a podcast, and he's my friend now, Dante Nero. He used to do the show. Well, he was the co-host of the Black Phillip show with Patrice O'Neal, and Dante Nero used to be a pimp. And it's like they must know more about women than anyone else. Just to have women literally sell their body and give you all the money. And there's like a group of them, and not even that, they recruit other women. It's like a pyramid scheme for bitches. You got to talk to some of these guys, bro. They really understand life they understand humans on a different level. Because if you understand like human sexual relationships, then you understand like the core of how people work, like how people are wired.
They call me a pimp.
Deep.
And they call me a pimp as if it's supposed to be a negative, like I'm supposed to be offended by that. But in my view is, there was a job, the girl applied, she got the job, she sits on her computer, she does her job, she gets paid. It's no different than these other people in their offices. My girls just get paid more. Ta-da. So, so I understand things from that perspective. And from there, you learn a lot about men and women, and you learn a lot of it. Well, firstly, you need to know a lot before you can even run that kind of business. But I learned even more running that business. You learn from the customers who are in love with the girls. You learn from me dealing with my work girls. You learn from so many things about relationships and how they work. And
Dog gave 40 some currency. He said, why are female comedians not funny? Because women don't naturally have to be funny. Funny is something you have to be charming. You have to like lead. It's not, funny is creating something. Women are reactionary. Women respond to what you do. Women, you shouldn't do that. Oh, I'm not going to mess with the man who this. It's all reactionary to men. So they can be funny, but like in group settings, but alone. That's why like stand-up, like Amy Schumer just steals jokes from other comedians because her brain doesn't work in that way.
And the truth is, as a man, a woman doesn't even have to like you. She doesn't even have to love you, but if she respects you, she's always going to be around.
Should be loyal.
And this is why if I love a woman with all my heart and she goes, I want to leave, the first thing I'm going to say is, fucking pack. Because if I say anything else, she's not going to respect me. Like if please stay, I'll say, look, I don't want you to leave. I would like you to stay, but if you're going to talk shit and threaten me, you get the fuck out of my house. Like I've had women leave me, but I've never had a woman not respect me anymore. And that's why I can hit up any ex I've ever had, and I know they'll reply. Because they respect me on a base level.
Because they respect me on a base level. Because I figured this out. And I'm speaking in sentences and periods. Because I'm a stoic man. And I've thought this out before. And I know everything. This is just the way it is. And I've made millions. And I've done this. And bitches ain't shit. Because I'm talking like this. Because that's just the way it is. And you gotta think back to where I was with my brother, and we were in Romania.
Why do they respect me? Because I respect myself. So I will never sacrifice my self-respect. I guess that's the bottom line. It doesn't matter if I love you.
That's the bottom
My
line.
self-respect has to come first. And that's good for me, and it's good for you. Because if I sacrifice my self-respect, you wouldn't love me anymore either, bitch. So that's just how it's going to be.
That's just how it's going to be.
That's how I view the self, because that's how I view the world.
The world.
That's how I always am. You
No,
have to.
the bottom line. The bottom line.
You have to a degree, put yourself first. You can't pour from an empty cup. You have to be like all about you. No one else is going to fix your life. I really don't believe no one else is going to make your life fantastic but you. You have to be all about you. And so many of these guys who get hurt, because I really believe guys get hurt more than women nowadays. This idea that men hurt women and break women's hearts. Okay, maybe I've broken a few. But besides the elite players like me, most of the time it's the women fucking the guys over. I really believe that. And a lot of the times they're getting screwed up is because they've tied their identity so intricately with this girl that they've lost their sense of self. You lose your sense of self, you can't have self-respect. And that's why she doesn't respect you anyway, and that's why it's all going downhill, and that's why you lose her and you panic and blah, blah, blah. You've got to be about yourself first. She has to be a compliment. So yeah, I've had my heart broken in regards to, I've had times women have left and I've really, really missed her. But I have never texted her first, ever. Ever.
What did you do with the pain of the heartbreak?
I did the same thing I do if my heart wasn't broken. I got up, I went in the gym, I lifted a bunch of weights, I got in my fast car, I drove down the road looking sexy as fuck, bought a Starbucks, and made some money. It doesn't matter. How I feel has no bearing on how I live my life.
But what do you do with it? Like, I understand you keep going. You don't let it stop.
Is he the embodiment of fuck bitches get money?
But what do you do with that emotional pain?
Is it pain?
Isn't it?
I don't know, man.
But think about it, bro. You've never seen Future stress. You see Kanye stressed out, married man. Traditional marriage, everything. You see him stressed out, freaking out all the time. In like 10 years, have you ever seen Future even blink? I don't even think I've seen him blink. It's just there's nothing. He just stayed exactly the same. Fuck bitches, get money since 2012. Probably before that, but that's when we heard him. There's something to that. There's something to that. One day. I just want a mansion. Just a mansion full of them. I do. One day. Don't you, chat? Can't you visualize that? Your own little Playboy mansion.
Because I know pain. And I'm talking real pain.
Physical pain.
Yeah, but physical pain. People go, look, people have this idea that emotional pain's worse. They ain't never had a knife stuck in their skin. I know pain. They never had their face broken. I know pain, like real pain. Everyone can imagine being sick. That's pain when you're sick, like really sick. This is very topical right now. You know when you're in bed and you really feel like on the verge of death. That's like the worst experience ever. I don't fear emotional pain. Like, even if in the worst possible scenario my brother died, that's the worst thing that can possibly happen to me. I'm still gonna get up, go to the gym, lift weights, drive my cars. I'm still, because that's just all you can do is progress.
It is what it is.
I don't see.
Chat, think about that. When it comes to
I don't
philosophy, I was talking about that yesterday. Can anything beat it is what it is? Can anything beat that? No matter what you bring to the table, no matter what you complain about or whatever, whatever dilemma, argument, God, hell, anything when it comes to philosophy, it is what it is. You can't really beat that. I guess that's what stoicism, I guess that's what that is. You just know and understand reality and then act accordingly.
I don't think emotional pain needs direct, what's the word? It doesn't need direct attention. I don't believe it does. I believe it needs to be ignored and it will go away.
You don't think people need time to mourn? Like when your father died, did you need time to mourn?
Absolutely, you can mourn, but you can mourn while you lift those weights, while you drive that car, and while you buy that coffee and pick those bitches. Like, so when my father, I'll give you an example. When my father died, I just moved to Romania. I had just started I had my webcam company. I moved here. I had 6 girls with me. I spent all my money moving all my stuff out of England and get to Romania, setting up a house. And my dad died. When my dad died, I had 2 choices. I said, do I either fly back to the funeral? And my dad was my hero. My relationship with my dad is much closer than most people have had with their dad. Like, it's not like we had a distant relationship. He was my hero in every regard.
See, Chad, that's why he's so strong mentally, because he had such a good father figure. I'm trying to, I don't know. Well, I just want to spread that because I had a really good father figure. And I see a lot of my, I think that's like the biggest advantage somebody could have. Like a mother is like pretty much always has to be there for their kid, but the dad seems like nowadays can like choose how involved they are. But a strong male role model is like the biggest advantage you can have.
Do I fly to his funeral, and then what's going to happen is I'm going to blow all my money. I'm going to be away for weeks. These girls are new. They're going to vanish. They're in Romania on their own. They don't know anyone here. They're going to want to go home. Or do I suck it up and focus on my business? And I've got my mom to provide for. Me and Tristan have started this company. We spent all our money. And I missed my dad's funeral to run my business. And even my sister messaged me, Dad, you're so insensitive. I said, look, I'm my father's son. If he was alive, he'd slap me in the mouth for fucking up my income for the whole family and fucking up my chance of building a legacy for this family and making sure mom never has to work again to go to a fucking funeral. I can mourn from here. It's a very rational decision. And the day he died, I found out at 1 p.m., 5 p.m., I'm commentating on live TV. The next day, I'm running my webcam studio. Was I devastated? Absolutely. But what did I do? The same shit I would have done if he was alive. Because how I feel doesn't have bearing on how I live my life. Everyone knows what the right decision is. People.
Stoicism. It is what it is. You always know. You don't really need therapy. I mean, yeah, it's good, but you don't need it. You know what the answer is. You deep down, you really know what the answer is, always.
Don't pretend they don't know. You know the decision is to go to the gym. You know the decision is to put the chocolate bar down. You know the decision is not to drink. You just pretend you don't know. Oh, but I feel this way, so garbage. You know you should be in the gym, whether you're happy, fucking sad, excited. It doesn't matter how you feel. You know what you should be doing. So for me, I know what I should do. I'm an adult. I know I should run my business. I should stay in good physical health. I should do the best. And it doesn't matter how I feel. I know what the right choice is. So I'm going to make it. This is just how I view it.
But there could be another father who's just as strict and as disciplined who could say, you don't miss the funeral of your fucking father.
Absolutely.
Your
like that's a
fucking
value.
Father.
Absolutely.
Your fucking father.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And absolutely.
Like, hey, you don't miss the funeral of
Your
fucking
father.
father.
Absolutely.
Like that's a value.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if my dad would have come back to life, say he came back to life and said, why did you miss my funeral? I would have told him. Because I just moved over to Romania and I had a business to run and I decided it was the best decision at the time. That's the decision I made and I stick by it. I'm not sorry for it. I don't apologize for it. Just like I don't apologize for shit with the women. I do what I believe is right and I stick by my decisions. This is a binary decision. Decisions made. And I don't live in a world of what ifs or I should have's or I'm not going to miss it and then regret and be mad at myself because I didn't go. No, I made a call and I stick to my call. And that's just how it is. And things worked out well for me. Hey, maybe I would have gone to the funeral and things would have worked out better. I don't know. But at the time, I made a call and I stuck with my call. And it does not, in my mind, my love for my father is not detrimented in any regard. I loved him when he was alive.
You miss him?
It doesn't make a Of course, absolutely. You're going to. There's no way you're going to live your life without missing your father every single day. But I'm not going to let that damage my psychology and my mentality in any way. I'm going to continue to live my life as if he was alive. If he was alive, I'd be doing the exact same thing. Nothing's changed.
Is there a burden with all that you carry? Like
Creek said, time to do 20 push-ups. Let's go. Quick, 20 push-ups. 20 push-ups. And even for the fucking YouTube fucking nerds watching this later, you gotta fucking do push-ups with us too. And don't look at me or fucking psychoanalyze my body. Look at his fucking physique. Nah, just do the push-ups with me. Just do the push-ups with me, alright? Alright, ready? Ready? Come on, chat. 20 push. Someone in the chat just fucking said I'm gonna do it. 20 push-ups real quick. As we're just watching here. Yeah. Self-improvement. Come on, bro. Yeah, let's do 20 push-ups. Come on. I didn't do any fucking exercise in a couple days. Hurry up, chat. Come on. Damn, yo, you're mad slow. You up? You up? We with it? Come on. All right, bet. I'm just gonna do it. Ready? Ready? Yeah. You heard? Come on. Ooh. Stretching. Do 20 with me. Do 20 with me. One. Ah. 17, 18, 19, 20. Then I'll do 2 more just for the people who are saying bad form. Okay. Hey, fuck you to all the people who are like, oh, I'm not doing it. This is stupid. I'm not doing it. Fuck you. I mean, yeah, like, haha, yeah, that was goofy, right? That looked goofy. And you were laughing at it. But we just did 20 more push-ups than you.
being the man? Like, is there a burden that comes with that?
Absolutely. There's huge burden. I think, where did I read? I read somewhere that the top 1% of society and the bottom 1% of society have the same stress level. So it's least stressful in the middle. But if you're at the very, very top of elite and you're at the very, very bottom of like shit muncher, nobody, you're both really stressed out. Because like at the bottom, you have nothing to eat and shit. And at the top, if your company fucks up, like you're losing billions of share value and these people are stressed as well. So at the very, very top, they're stressed. At the very, very bottom, they're stressed. Most people exist somewhere in the middle. And yeah, I'm the king of my castle. I'm the king of my life. I'm in charge of my business. I make all the calls. Like even my brother and my cousin, everyone I work with, is still me. I'm the boss. I'm in charge of everything. So
yo, everybody who stayed in their bed and didn't do it is a Jeffrey.
Yeah, there's stress associated with that. But with responsibility,
I feel like Adonis. Howard SNEAKO'S over here. Yeah, bro. No, I did 20 push-ups. But yo, you know that pump feeling you get afterwards? I feel, That felt better than not doing it.
Authority because I trust myself more than I trust anyone else. So if I want to be able to make all the calls, I have to have all the responsibility to go along with it. If I want to be the captain of the ship, I have to be responsible for the ship sinking. But that means if I say, do something on my ship, you got to fucking listen because I'm the captain. So most people, this is a big skew in modern society, especially in relationships. So we can apply this to relationships or society as a whole. Most people want authority without responsibility. That's what people want. I want authority without responsibility. That's what they want. Or you have women women do that. They want authority, but they don't want any responsibility. And then you have men in the world who have all the responsibility, but no authority. You have men who go out there, work his ass off, pay all the bills, struggling in the coal mine.
Okay, Wom's in the chat. Wom's in the chat about to stretch out my arms.
Comes home and he can't even tell his woman to make him a coffee. So he has all the responsibility and no authority. And the two should be linked. The more responsibility you have, the more authority.
Rahman, thank you for the 5. He said Adonis wouldn't need his chat to do push-ups with him. That being said, I've been doing push-ups the whole stream. Bro, nice little subtle fucking humble brag. I've been doing push-ups the whole stream. Yeah, thanks for letting us know, Raymond.
You have. Now, personally, I can't think of any motherfucker on the planet better than me at living my life. So that means I need to be in charge of everything, which means I want to be responsible for everything. Which is why, and yeah, there's a whole bunch of stress that goes with it, but I can't think of anyone else who can do it better than me. So that's just how it is.
In the chat. Wom's in the chat.
That stress and have all the authority to make all the calls, or I'm going to be a little pussy and be like, oh, I don't know, and I'll just hand over jobs to other people and just block it out from my mind, and then I don't get to make calls on them, and it won't be done as well, but at least I don't have the stress of it. There is a huge, I'd love for maybe there's a study, I don't know, but there is a massive correlation between success in life and stress tolerance. The more stress you can tolerate, the better your life's going to be. The easiest way to crumble in life is not be able to handle stress. Like, you think Tyson Fury isn't stressed before he goes out there to fucking nearly get knocked out in front of millions of people? The reason he's the champ is because he has it in his mind, fuck it, come hurt me. And that's insanity. He's inviting a predator to come and hurt him. And he will still go in there with a clear mind, so whatever. And if he loses, he's gonna be made fun of and mocked and memed on the internet for the rest of his life. And he'll still go. Stress level and success are massively linked. So the more stress you can tolerate, the more successful you'll be as a person. So that's an amazing habit to get into, to the idea of just handling stress. Like, most people are stressed out over dumb shit. Like my mom, I love my mom with all my heart, but she'd be stressed out because the house was messy. And I'm like, you're stressed over some cups and a plate. And,
like, funny shit. I love my mom, everything, but my mama, she cares a lot about stuff that's like, this is not that big of a deal. This is not that big of a deal. But it's like, there's a reason that people have so much anxiety and fear. It's because I think it's programmed from the top to keep people, like, you know, somewhat sane, and so that they can fit in society without questioning it too much.
How can she run a fucking multinational? Like, you know, like.
But that's not just my mom. I think that's every mom. That's not unique. I think everybody can say that. Like, that's just mom nature. Mom nature is clutching your over little shit. Like, that's not unique to my mom. I didn't just mean to disrespect. I love you, mama. I'm sorry for. I don't mean, come on, mom. I'm just joking. This is my live stream. I don't mean to hurt. That wasn't hurtful.
Some people just haven't got it in them. But I'm built for stress. I'm built for war. So it doesn't bother me. I'd rather have it that way, and at least I can say what's going to happen the way I fucking want it to happen. Because then I get to be in charge, and I want to be in charge.
Yeah, you said something. It makes me think it's something that people who don't appreciate sports and fighting, they don't really understand how intensely vulnerable it is for fighters to walk in the ring and fight somebody else. Everybody's watching. They could win and be the hero, but you could also get your ass kicked.
Listen, fighting is scary. It doesn't matter how big of a tough guy you are. Professional fighting is scary. And everyone knows this instinctually. That's the reason why the movie stars, the fucking basketball players, everyone goes to the boxing matches, because everyone knows they're the dons. Because another thing about fighting is you can win 40 fights in a row. You lose one, get knocked out once. That's it. All the other 40 you won, no one cares. You lost, you got knocked out, all the armchair experts are making fun of you, and that's how it's going to go. And on top of it, there is most fighters can't tolerate losing. It's hard. It's a hard thing to accept that another man effectively, if he knocked you out, he could have killed you. He could have jumped on your head. It would have been the end of it. No referee on the street. You would have been dead. A man took your life effectively in front of your wife. It's hard. It's hard to deal with, you know, it's hard. And most people don't really understand it unless you've been there. But yeah, it's a scary thing. So these guys fighting for the heavyweight world title, their number one attribute isn't the fact that they're big, strong, and fit. It's their stress tolerance. It's that they can be zen enough to be like, okay, because if you let the nerves get to you, you're going to burn energy, you're going to be wild, you're going to fuck up. But these guys can be so relaxed in such a high pressure environment is insanity. To even, I mean, I've been there and I've done it. And even I will look at someone like Tyson Fury, who came back, fat as fuck, came back 2 years, jumped in with Deontay Wilder when AJ was too afraid, fuck it, blah, blah, blah. Guy's a fucking hero. Mentally, he's a hero. You know, he doesn't give a shit. And that's incredible. But stress tolerance is a massive part of being a successful person. You're never going to be successful without stress.
I do think you can learn a lot from fighters. I think fighters, the reason that I like listening to the stuff he talks about is because the business that he's been in is stuff that's really in line with just basic human nature. Fighting and then camgirling, which is sex. So sex work and fighting. Just animalistic shit. Monkey shit. And I'm probably, you know what I'm saying? I like being on that monkey shit, you feel me? I think that the problem with human nature is that we think we're so sophisticated, but we're simple. We're monkeys, we're stupid. And so he's made millions doing monkey shit. So the reason I believe a lot of what he's saying is because I also believe that we try to remove ourselves too much from our animalistic nature. It's like, that's what the psychologist is like, what about your feelings and what are you going to calm down? Like, there's so much, the problem with the world, in my opinion, is we try to domesticate people too much, or that this idea that we need to be domesticated and calm our animalistic nature when that is what drives us deep down. That's what drives us.
People have this view. I want to be a YouTuber and I just want to have millions and millions of dollars with no stress and have no real company and just make stupid videos and these pipe dreams.
Fuck you.
99% of the ways you're going to get somewhere in life is through hard work and stress and toil and bullshit.
This shit can be hard work. So fuck out of here, bro.
Living in a stormy sea. I'll float in a stormy sea. Give me some armbands. I'll just float with it. So whatever. It is what it is. It's gonna survive.
Who inspires you?
I guess Tyson Fury just kind of appeared as an accident. He inspires me. Obviously, my dad was a huge inspiration. My dad was a genius for real. Like, the word genius is thrown around far too often because I grew up around genuine geniuses. And the people say, oh, he's smart, or oh, he's a genius. And these people like ain't shit. Not compared to like the real people. Like even like Elon Musk, he ain't fucking smart. He's got money. He comes up with an idea for an electric car. He hires people who know.
Oh, damn. AOXK5 said do another 20 for Adonis. I don't know. $5 to 20 for that's a little light, bro. I mean, that's a pass for me. But thanks for the $5.
Electric cars, to build an electric car. Okay, cool. Is he a smart guy? Obviously. Is he a genius? No. Because if you grow up around elite level chess players, okay, they're all on the autistic spectrum. So in some ways they fail socially, but from pure computational ability, they're geniuses. So it depends how you measure it. But for pure computation, these people are insane. It's like, you can't do it with a normal brain. I'm from chess pedigree and I can't do it. And I play chess every day and I still can't do it. Like, it's incredible how smart these people are, you know? So chess inspires me massively. World level chess players, it's incredible. It's only up until the early 2000s that computers could beat you. And these computers are millions of moves ahead. Like, how? It's amazing, you know? My dad remembered every chess game he's ever played, ever. You'd name a grandmaster, he said, yeah, I played him in 1988. Move. Every move he's ever played. He could beat you without looking at a board. So I'd say E4, he'd be in another room. C5, knight F3, knight C6. And he'd just, off the top of his head, just beat you. In his mind. It's crazy. It's literally completely crazy unless you've seen it. So I don't even consider myself that smart, really. I mean, am I smarter than average? Yeah, certainly. But I'm definitely not in the level those dudes were. So I find that
I think he's proof that this, I think he's an example of how this stoicism shit could really help you be successful. Just accepting reality. Well, first you have to understand and accept reality, which is, it's hard to get there, but once you do, Just and not never diverging from that. You know how the world works. You know your purpose and your mission, what you want, how people are, how the world works, how money works. You realize that, you accept it, and then nothing diverges from that. I think he's an example. But bro, obviously I'm not there. Everyone here is just like, yeah, the ADHD, your meds, and I'm here geeking out every fucking yeah. But eventually, I guess that could be. I think seeing people like him and how is making me realize that people are their own biggest obstacles. People create their own biggest problems. Like you can overcome a lot of the things that people think are external or internal.
Yeah, I mean, there's loads of stories of inspiration. I think any man who just makes his calls and sticks to them, I find inspiring. I love Trump. I think he's super inspiring.
Word, bro.
It's not even about this. Is what I try and explain to people. It's not even about politics. It's about he will say something and he means it. That's enough to get my respect. I don't give a fuck if you say shit I don't like. At least you mean what you say. In the world of politics, that is so rare. He came along, called it a Chinese virus. Everyone tries to call him racist. What does he do the next day? The Chinese virus. He says it again because he means what he says. And I respect that so much about him as a person. Trump's a dog. You have to be, there's got to be something wrong with you to not respect that in a man. You know, you got to respect it. Even if you don't like his, even if you're a Democrat, whatever, you have to look at Trump and go, you know what? The dude, he says what he means what he says. You know, and it's only people who are too cowardly to stick to their own word.
Yo, mods, fix it, bro. This chat here looks fucking disgusting right now, mods. Where you at, bro? This shit is retarded. Someone work on
Hate
that.
him because they hate themselves because they don't stick to what they fucking say. This projection. But yeah, I mean, I've got a few heroes, but besides those, really, I'm just trying to do my thing. I mean, if I'm looking for sources of inspiration, if I was ever at a difficult point and I was really looking for a source of inspiration, I'd rethink stories of me from my own life.
Is there a way that you're trying to live up to your father's image of you, or are you trying to surpass what your father did? Like, is there any motivation there for you?
I am Emory Andrew Tate III.
Uh-huh.
He was Emory Andrew Tate II. My son will be Emory Andrew Tate IV. It is my job and my duty to my last name to be exceptional. I have respect for my name and my lineage, and to do anything other than push for absolute exceptionalism would be insulting to him and my grandfather and all of my ancestors, even all the way back to cavemen days, who fought saber-toothed tigers just to live.
Nah, chat. This chat is fucking annoying as hell, bro. Y'all know that when the clip goes up, everybody in the YouTube comments is like, the chat is so toxic. This is what they're talking about.
Long enough to fuck and pump a baby out. And I'm going to turn up here now, 2,000 years later, and be a fat sack of shit. Ultimately disrespectful. And I have respect for the people who brought me on this planet. It is my job to be exceptional, not only for myself, but for everyone who ever created me. If you want to live life and go, oh, I'm average. These people went through World War II and polio and smallpox and fucking ice ages to bring your stupid ass alive. And now you want to sit there and be average? You want to sit there and say, I'm sad and play video games?
I'm sad.
You're a fuck up. I absolutely am. Of course, I'm trying to live up to the image of my father because I'm his son. And my son will try to do the same for me. And I expect nothing less from him. And I don't think that is unhealthy in any regard. I am, if I ever, it never happens.
Yeah, how you think Tristan feels in the back? Like, you know, this guy's doing this epic. I wonder.
Black motivation. The first thing I think of is my family line. If you're not gonna be proud of who you are and your own last name and your ancestry, then what the fuck is the point of you even being here? To eat tacos? What the fuck are you here for?
Tacos are pretty good.
They are pretty good. But you know what? It's even like, we can get deeper with this. Suicide. People talk about suicide. And they go, you don't know how it feels to be suicidal. And I will say this.
Lag. Jeffrey Wi-Fi. This is Jeffrey Wi-Fi. I hope you can hear me. I'm just going to speak. And Jeffrey, while we wait for the Wi-Fi. Lag. Someone fix it. Take the IQ test. Take the autism test. Yo, take my dick test out of your mouth. How about that? How about you take that test? Fuck your test. I'm not at school right now. It's 12:20 a.m. You want to take a test? Jeffrey Wi-Fi. Jeffrey Wi-Fi. Jeffrey Wi-Fi. Take the autism test. Take the autism. Fuck off. Fuck off. Is it still lagging? It's good now? It's good now? No lag? No more Adonis Wi-Fi. Stoic Wi-Fi. Stoic Wi-Fi in the chat. Oh, lag again? Jeffrey Wi-Fi. Fuck. Jeffrey Wi-Fi. Yo, tell me when it fixes though. Tell me when it fixes though. You can still hear me though, right? You can still hear me? Am I tired? Low key a little tired, yeah. Are you? How you feeling? It's still lagging? Autistic Wi-Fi? Why would you say that? That's crazy, bro. It's worse, but you can still hear me though, right? Can you not hear me at all? Terrible? Let me check it. Maybe you lying to me. It's not even that bad. Wait, are you lying to me? Bro, y'all lying to me. You fucking liars, bro. You fucking liars. It's not Jeffrey Wi-Fi. That was fine.
Conviction. If I was suicidal, I still wouldn't kill myself. Because my parents worked too fucking hard to put me on the planet and raise me and feed me, working jobs day and night to put food in my mouth for my stupid ass to feel sad and kill myself. That is a fuck up. That's a monumental fuck up. And I have too much respect for my fucking family to do that shit. All these men are these famous men who kill themselves. You have fucking kids. You want to kill yourself? You have children to raise. You are selfish. I don't feel sorry for you 1%. You're a pussy. And if you were half a man, you'd take your suicidal feelings, shut the fuck up and raise your children anyway. Because men have duty. Duty has been part of being a man since the dawn of time. We went to wars we barely understood because we had a duty as a man. So now you want to throw all your duty away and go, oh, I don't want to play the game anymore. I'm going to kill myself. I'm sad. What about the people above you and below you? I wish to God I was suicidal. If I was suicidal,
Yo, Kelly Wilcox's Wi-Fi is crazy.
I'd
bro.
have all the freedom in the world. I'll go to Mozambique tomorrow, become a mercenary. I don't give a fuck. Shoot me. I could do anything.
Yo, thank you for the 5, JV Victor. Are you going to fight Lamza? Nah.
Base jump, fucking anything. I don't give a fuck anymore. What a superpower these people are throwing away. Suicidal, I don't believe in any of that shit because it's just a lack of duty. So yeah, you can talk about respect for and living up to. I live up to the point where you could depress me to the depths of earth. You could put me in a cell by myself.
What the fuck is he talking about right now, bro? Like right now he's losing me, bro. What are you talking about?
My life. You could kill every family member I have. You chop my arms and legs off. I still won't kill myself.
Yeah.
I refuse. Because I have a job to do. My job is to live as long as possible. I get it. That is my job. So is everyone else's. So yes, I absolutely am trying to live up to the memory of my father. And as my son,
yo, Elliot Choi Wi-Fi is crazy,
bro. That
bro.
extreme where no matter what happens to me, I'm gonna stay the motherfucking man because that is my name, Tate. How can it be anything else? How can I be ordinary? Unacceptable.
Thank you, Andrew Tate.
Oh wow. Comments like him. I like that video. I like Tate, bro. I like listening. I like hearing people more successful than me talk.